Thanks for watching Blitz. I'm Brian Carter at Rabun County with a pair of star Wildcats. I've got senior Connor McKay and also senior Gus Hood. So guys, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, so Connor, we'll start with you, man. This team making an Elite Eight run last year, and I don't want to focus too much on last year because that's last year, but with the fact that you're bringing back nearly every player from that team, and of course yourself being such a dominant force, all the things that come with that. And oh, by the way, throwing in someone like Jaden Gibson, who comes over from a star athlete from Dawson County. So this team has a lot of hype surrounding them. How do you guys handle that hype?
Well, it's given us a lot of confidence coming into the season because of the run we made. And so we're kind of trying to keep playing on that level from the beginning of the season because we haven't really started the season off too strong.
Yeah.
So we're kind of trying to keep that momentum going. And we're kind of having to stay level-headed though, because it's a new year. We've got new pieces coming in, and it's not the same as last year. And so we got to keep building and keep getting better and better every day. Is
it one of those things where you appreciate the hype because of the success you've had, but then it can get kind of noisy, frustrating because it can be a distraction if you let it, right?
We obviously we like the hype that our team's successful now and moving in the right direction, but also it's we gotta kind of block it out and stay focused and not get locked in on we're a really good team, we've got everything going, we just got to keep improving. No matter how good we are, what the scoreboard says, what the record says, we got to keep improving as the season goes.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Gus, what are the goals that this team has set for 2021, 2022? I mean, most teams have some tangible goals. Intangible goals are good too. What are the things that you guys really want to accomplish this year?
I'd say some goals that we definitely have are we're going to try to win region this year. We're definitely going to improve our record. That's something we've always wanted to have a winning record since. Well, ever since I can remember getting here as a freshman, we've always wanted to be the best, and we've wanted to win, I think we've got a lot of talent this year, and we can do so. So region championship, we made it to the Elite Eight last year. We definitely want to go farther. We want to see if we can get to the Final Four. Hopefully, play for the state championship. And that's some big goals, but that's stuff we really hang our hat on every day at practice. We try to get to practice, and we try to work hard and stuff that we know we can achieve as a team. So
yeah, all those things that, like you said, the working hard, that's the intangible stuff that it's sort of goal unspoken, but you do those things, and like you said, you get to the Elite Eight, and then anything happens at that point. So it takes a little bit of luck and a lot of skill too. So. Connor, for you, big milestone for you personally. You hit 1,000 points on November 28th. A phenomenal feat for anybody to be able to do that, but this early in your senior year, that's pretty awesome. Rewind that and kind of go through what that was like from your perspective to hit that mark.
Well, when it happened, I didn't even know that I had hit it, and then I was going to the locker room at halftime of the game, and Coach Adcock stopped me, and they kind of announced that I'd hit it. So I knew I was close, but I didn't really know I had hit it at the time. But it's just wild that I actually made it this early, because as a freshman, I scored 4 varsity points the entire year. I came off the bench only in blowouts. So being able to achieve a milestone like that in just 3 years, it's a really big confidence booster.
Absolutely, and it's really almost like you did it in 2 years when you put it in that perspective. I mean, you barely played as a freshman. This year just kind of got started, so really you scored about 1,000 points in 2 years. It's pretty phenomenal. Congratulations on that for sure. Team chemistry, what is this team like on and off the court? Because it looks like you can't always tell. There's plenty of teams that win a lot, even though their chemistry can be really bad. But for the most part, a team to make a run like you guys did last year and to return most of that group I think it would be safe to say you guys are pretty close, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, we all bond really on the court, I think, more than anything, because we all go through a lot on the court, whether it's we have a drill where we come down and everybody has to make layups as a team, and we got to try to reach a goal. And if you don't make the layups, and it's all right, now we got to shoot free throws, and everybody just kind of bonds together, hope that person makes a free throw so we don't have to run. Mm-hmm. Nobody really likes to run, so we just I think that's where most of our bonding comes from. And we'll occasionally hang out out of school and out of practice, out of games. But I'll tell you, I find so much joy in, like, after wins. Like, we beat Walhalla the other night. I enjoyed riding the bus back with my team and just talking to them. That's stuff I'm never going to forget. And I know a lot of people can, relate to stuff like that.
Yeah, and that in a way, that is the off the court stuff. I mean, the thing that you're kind of saying without saying it is y'all are probably gym rats too. So you're probably barely off the court anyway at this point. So even those moments that aren't on the in game time, that's still kind of off the court as well. So this team, because of all the hype that surrounds it, you talked about earlier, sometimes you got to block that out, but you kind of relish it in a way. Make no doubt about it. Everybody's aiming. Everyone that has Rabun County on the schedule, they're aiming to beat them this year. So, how do you kind of communicate that to the team, Connor, in terms of just making sure you guys know that, hey, no matter what, there's no off night. Yeah. Even if it's a bad team, they're going to come out to get you guys.
Oh yeah, and we've all seen it, and like me and Gus as leaders, we kind of we recognize it, and we've got to kind of tell the younger guys and keep them locked in, like. We've been on runs. We're playing good right now, but everybody in our region, everybody we play wants to beat us, and like that's awesome for us because like we've got the target on our back, and it's a confidence booster going into every game. But we've also got to know, like, even if we're playing teams that haven't won a game, like we played Stevens, who was 0-5, and they came out and they gave us a run for our money. Just everybody's going to play the best that they can when they play against us, and we've kind of got to keep all the younger guys locked in throughout the entirety of the game and in practice too. And it's just kind of a big focus because we know that we're going to get everybody's best shot.
Yeah, and I think that's just going to make you guys stronger when it comes, like you said, region tournament and playoff time, because you're used to being locked in all the time. All right, so Gus, last question for you, man. How have you improved your game? Because we've seen that natural progression year to year for you, and this year seems like yet another step for you. How have you? What's the biggest areas of your game you've kind of improved on going into this year?
I want to say some of my biggest areas was I've definitely gotten. I felt a lot more. I guess I have a lot more confidence out playing with these guys than I used to before. I mean, I played with, as a freshman, I came in and started, and I played with those varsity guys, and I never really have played varsity before, and I didn't really know how to play with those seniors, and so it really helped me a lot, especially this year, playing with guys like Connor. I've just been around the whole time, and I think that working on my confidence in the off season and working on my ball handling, working on my shooting, trying to score more in games, I think that's all just that all's powered by confidence, I think, in my opinion, and I think that once I've mastered that, I can come in now and just do whatever I need to do and try to pull our team through to a victory.
All right, now you're coming straight off of football season. Unfortunately, ended a little earlier than all of us hoped, but an incredible run nonetheless. But I've heard so many times guys that come straight over from football say it's this whole different level of conditioning. Just going from, football is nothing more physical than that. But when you go on the basketball court, talk about that transition as far as your conditioning is concerned. Where were you when you had to come on?
Well, it was brutal the first couple of days. It was a lot of running and a lot of. I was in this position, bent over my hands and my knees. Too many times in practice, and I always had to remember to get my head up, try to breathe, but that stuff I'm glad it's like last year. I think I came in from football. And we were already close to midway through the basketball season, so it was really hard to catch up then. But I think now that, without COVID, I think that basketball is kind of our football team's able to get to basketball earlier than we were last year in football. Yeah. So it's been a lot easier, but it's still been pretty tough, and it's hard. I know Jaden he came out and practiced a few days, and it was his first practice with us because he took a week off, and he was doubled over. He was
really?
Yeah, it's nothing like football.
It's crazy.
It's wild.
That's wild. I never can get my head around that, but it does make sense in its own way because there's so much more running involved. But all right, so for you, Connor, you got the chance that most people dream of getting is to sign to play college ball, no matter where it is, and you made that decision and got to make that official and sign with Lander. What was that like for you to be able to do that?
It was amazing. Like coming up as a freshman and seeing all my friends that were seniors for the past 3 years that get to sign, and go play, it's like I've always been like, I want that to be me one day.
Yeah.
And even as like a little kid growing up watching like Charlie Warner and everybody
Yep.
like sign and go and play at the next level, I'm like, I want to play a college sport. And so like when I'm sitting up there at that table in front of everybody and I've got the form in front of me, it's like I actually made it, and it was just awesome.
Pretty surreal, I bet, right? What was? How would you describe the recruiting process? I mean, because it seemed like a long time for you, because we'd see your name on Twitter all over the place, with just different recruiters and things hitting you up on that. So, was it a process that you really enjoyed? Was it something that you were just kind of glad to get it over with?
Well, it was fun while it lasted, but now that it's over, I'm glad that it's like it's done, because like once I started playing AAU, it was like I'm going to Indiana, Kentucky, Florida. I'm going all over playing games, and I'm having teams across the country talk to me, and like I'm flying out to Colorado to go on a visit, and it was all always going somewhere. And it's nice now that like I've got my place.
Yep.
I know where I'm going to be, and I can just kind of lock down and focus on improving and getting ready to play at the next level.
Yeah, and then also be able to, not that you wouldn't be 100% committed to this team right now, but when you don't have to worry about that stuff, it's just even more focus you can put on this. But, well, guys, congrats on the success so far. I know there's a lot more you're going to accomplish this year. I can't wait to see all of it happen. So thank you guys again so much.
Thank you.